Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, great in yourself.
I'm blessed. Is your business partner going to join us today?
I'm gonna send it over to her.
Okay.
This is my little sister. It says request to join. I'm already on here, so I don't know why it says. I'm not sure. How do I send it to her directly?
Should be like a little person there. Then it pops up that said invite to join, and then you should be able to, select their name,
Oh,
their tag name.
okay. Okay, it says she's Abby. Okay, all right. I sent it to you because I'm not sure if she got it. Hey, Dre.
So she did.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Anyway, let's do some small talk until she pops in. So, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How about yourself, Mr. Lee?
I'm blessed. I can't complain. I woke up this morning. Been a blessing ever since.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
I'm so happy that y'all went to be nonprofit as well. I meant to tell you that the other day. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you. Big steps, big steps.
Big
Big,
steps.
big steps, Small movement, but big steps.
Absolutely.
Big steps, big steps. I love you too, Trey.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm assuming she's not gonna get on, but that's fine. So we can just move forward.
Okay. Not a problem. So today is another wonderful episode of Shout Bob. We have here owner of B Productions. I'm gonna go ahead and let you introduce yourself.
I'm Tracy Malone, one of the owners of Eddie B Productions. It's also my mother and my two sisters as well.
Okay.
Um, and so much to say, but yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So go ahead, tell us your story.
Well, Eddie B Productions is in representation of my little brother who was murdered 10 years ago. This year will make actually 10 years. It was a kind of tragic situation for a lot of us. Some of us are still in the healing process. Some of us have healed.
Mm-hmm.
But because of his death, it created opportunities for other people, especially myself, to heal. My little brother was one of a kind, always there to help somebody else, always there to care for somebody else, would give you the shirt off his back, teach you any knowledge that he knew. He always wanted to start a business. He was supposed to go to Eastern Shore, University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, on a 4-year scholarship. He took a break, and in that process of break, he lost his life. So we decided, thank you. So we could continue his legacy. Every year we would do events at his birthday time right next to my mother's house, whether it was balloons, giveaways, whatever it was, just called it Eddie Day. And last year we decided to expand it over into the field near my mom's house, which is the recreation center field, the Pauline Fauntleroy in Sandtown, Winchester. Mm-hmm. And there we at the recreation center had been closed down for a year. The children had nowhere to go. That's when the mission became a little bit greater than just once a year. So we collaborated with a few other nonprofits, Safe Street Sandtown, shout out to them, Her Stories, New Era, Foundation for Change, and now we are moving forward with building a fight to get the recreation center open back up in Sandtown. But in the process, Eddie B Production hosts once a month events for children, creating a safe place and space for children to be able to come and just be children, just like we did when we had rec centers available as a kid.
Absolutely. It was very important when I was a kid. I remember my mom had to work a lot. So, yeah, those days were some fun days. I got in a lot of trouble, too, but I remember those days.
Memories no matter what, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
so, I understand you started the business, right? What made you convert the business from a for-profit to a non-profit?
More so the goal to give the children an experience that we already get. My mother had 5 children, 3 girls and 2 boys. She worked 2 jobs. Recreation centers was where we went, school, learned different things, grew long life relationships, 20 plus years from people at recreation centers. That was the foundation of the neighborhood. And to be there and realize like we had the opportunity to take our children out of the hood. The hood saved us, but we took our children away from the hood and gave them opportunities that other kids may never get to experience or have never experienced. So it was an opportunity to give back. And I guess it kind of like hurt me to hear the little kids say that in 9 months and 1 year, the most fun he had was a moon bounce, some games, and some free food. That wasn't a go for me, especially when we was in a neighborhood where, we could have fun outside on the block, somebody else's block, wherever you went. We just had a good time. So after that, it kind of ignited my fire to want to get this recreation center open back up or get a place where kids can go every day, 5 days a week, learn things, grow. Social skills was created in recreation centers. Relationships was built in recreation centers. Greatness was created in recreation centers. So why not have one right there in the core of Sandtown, Winchester?
Absolutely. So what was some of the reasoning why? Was the community that bad that it closed? Or was it because of the city funding? Or what's the reasoning behind it, if you know?
I mean, there is no secure reason behind why the recreation center was closed. But right now we're fighting for them to open up the rec center or open up a new rec center. They have many reasons of what they say. They say the city didn't want it, but I know that's a lie. What city have they talked to? So our goal is to go out and get the Sandtown Winchester community in the hood of Sandtown to, sign a petition to let them know, hey, we're coming and this is what we want and this is what we desire, because recreation center saves lives. If the children have nowhere safe for them to go, what will they end up being? A part of this neighborhood, a part of this statistics. The highest crime rate, no recreation center within that area. So
that is so true. Going back to the nonprofit, what is your mission statement to let everyone know what is your core purpose? I believe you did answer that, but I don't want to
creating events and spaces for people or children affected by crime, murder rates, gun violence, to teach them an opportunity of healing non-traditionally. Like everybody say, go to therapy, get a doctor, get medication. But people can heal by creating a craft, creating a business. They can heal from, like me, taking pictures. I love to see what is captured on the other side of that lens, whether it's a smile or a sadness. But in that sadness, I can change that mindset to be glad. So just being able to create, a healthy environment for people. So that's our goal, creating a safe space and a healthy space for children. All people. Okay. All.
Okay. Not a problem. So when it comes down to your organization, how do you connect, or how can someone donate to the cause to help, or what's needed to be, besides signatures, is there anything else needed to help move this movement?
Of course. It's always more needed. Right now, Eddie B Production is a nonprofit without funding, because we just became a nonprofit. Shout out to us.
Congratulations again. Thank you for being a nonprofit. The city needs you just as much as everything else.
Yeah, and after great communication with Senator Hayes, I'm gonna give a shout out to him. He was the one who kind of like pushed and ignited the fire, say, hey, you're doing this out of your own pocket. You're doing it where there is funding available for the youth. Let's get you connected. But the only way I can do that is that you have to become a nonprofit, which is understanding. There are plenty of nonprofits out here that are not using the money, and I'm not afraid to say it, for the youth or for what their organization stand for. They're pocketing their own, they're lining themselves up. But if we are out here, myself, Her Stories Outreach Ministries, we're out here doing it out of our own pockets, why not continue to do it and get help so we can do it more than once a month? What's once a month to a kid in 365 days? That's 12 months, 12 days a month. I mean, in a year, that we're able to create a safe environment. They need a safe environment more than just once a month, more than once.
True. So true.
With more funding, we'll be able to do it in better, in more of the locations. Because a lot of the locations in Sandtown will open the door, but we have to pay them.
That's true. That's true.
Besides, few places.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Few places that did it, they're doing it for free. That is Simmons Memorial. Shout out to Simmons Memorial Church and New Song Academy School, who are allowing us to do it there once a month. Those are the only two places in the Sandtown, Winchester community who opened the doors without a fee being attached.
Okay. At least you do have spaces. That's a good start, because that was my next question.
Mm-hmm.
In this first year of business, what is the goal to accomplish within your first year besides just opening up the rec center again?
Getting the community engaged, getting the children engaged, and letting them know that there's people who care for them, there's people who's willing to fight for them, and setting the tone into Sandtown, at which it was. It was one time a great place. I mean, you could be from CBS, you could be from Sandtown, but when you got to that rec center, you was from the rec.
That's true. That is true.
From the rec, so just creating a healthy environment in which children can thrive in, taking away the statistics, and letting our children know that they are our future, and with a brighter future and a better future, we can make that happen.
For the future up-and-coming nonprofits, could you explain a little bit of the process that you had to go through in order to open your nonprofit or turn your for-profit into a nonprofit?
Well, you pretty much have to submit your documentation, to the state. That's the first step. You have to start there, and you have to have a cause. You just can't just up and send them paperwork. You have to have a cause. And the one thing I can say for a nonprofit is you have to have passion. You have to have passion. You have to be willing to do it, because there's a lot that comes with a nonprofit, not just planning the event, but also hosting the event, creating the event, making sure that the event is successful, making sure that the children are fed, making sure that there is no gap in between what you're doing, and you're doing it without any money. So you're doing it with your sweat, and without being accredited, saying, hey, I'm doing this because I want to be acknowledged. No, I'm doing this because I want to help. So it takes a group of volunteers. Shout out to all the volunteers who volunteer with Eddie B Production. I'm thankful for y'all. I appreciate y'all. What would we be without a team? To my sisters, my mother, my friends, my family. I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all more than you may ever know.
Yeah.
So the donations, so it takes a lot. So I think this last event we just did, we had the most donations that we've ever received, which was great. People donated cupcakes, food, supplies for the kids. My 17-year-old actually paid for some of the vendors to actually come out and explore the youth. So, the youth came out and they exploded.
Okay.
Youth exploded.
So that is a blessing. That is a blessing. Yeah. Back to the nonprofit. I understand we explained your goals and everything else. I just want to re-innovate so the people can understand why are your goals so important and what was the necessary things that's needed in the community as well.
Well, the nonprofit is mostly important because it kind of shines a light on my little brother, not allowing him to die in vain, but also to live, through us and what we're doing. It also helps with the nonprofit is it creates a space for people to understand that people are doing this because they care. That's the one thing is they're doing it because they care, not because of a cause, not because somebody's paying them. No, we don't have a salary. We don't. Nobody's paying me to do this. Nobody has given me any government money to do it. It's all based on the reality of letting the neighborhood know that we have this.
Now, when it comes down to contributing or contributions, right? Are you just taking financial, or are you taking anything from that matter for us, like book bags and stuff like that, or how does that exactly work?
Yes, we take non-perishable items. We take book bags. We take donations. We have a young lady coming up who is moving into our first home. We will be doing a house shower for her. So we take items for other people as well. So we reach out to people who want to donate. It doesn't have to always be a financial. You can donate an item that you have in your house. Anything is accepted.
Okay. How would a person that wants to donate, like myself, that, hey, I just seen this live today and I want to, contribute, how can I reach out to you to get that done?
You can reach out at Eddie B _ Productions93 at Outlook.com. We have Cash App, Forever Eddie B. You also can contact us via phone, 410-303-0101. I'm going to give the email again. It is Eddie B, EDDIEB _ Productions93 at Outlook.com. Our website will be up next week, so you can just click in the link for donations next week for everything. We just had to get it finalized.
Okay. We're nearing the end of this process, and I want to thank you so much for your story. I like to give time from all my guests to drop some information as far as how can they reach out to you directly, similar to what you just did. You know, your contact info. If anybody want to reach out, help out, contribute, be a part, or whatever the case may be.
Okay. Definitely, you can reach us right here on Eddie B Productions. You can share this live if you want. We also help small businesses grow. So if you have a small business that you're interested in showcasing what you have, we do pop-up shops every month throughout Baltimore City. We did our first youth explosion, which was really good. We want to expand that to have them hosting theirs once a month. Whatever you sell, from jewelry to makeup to cupcakes, trust and believe Eddie B Productions can showcase you anywhere. We're always looking to help small businesses grow, such as ourselves, creating a networking environment for each person to learn about the next person. I always say, if you put yourself in an environment with 30 people who also brought 5 people, that's 150 people you didn't know yesterday. So that creates an environment for you to get to know more people. So just like the live, I didn't know you before.
That's true.
Shout out to Geeked Up Treats for offering the same information as well. So we just want businesses to grow. The same as you want them to grow, we want them to grow. And we're creating those spaces in Baltimore City every month, every 4th Saturday, whether we're outside or in the building. You can follow it on our page. You can also follow on the website next Friday.
Okay. That drops next Friday. Okay.
Friday, as the calendar goes up, you'll be able to see all the that we have, whether we have them in Sandtown in the 21217 or throughout Baltimore City. They will be available on the calendar.
All right. What I like to do before we close out, I like to ask all my guests, hey, if you got a chance to name this segment, what would you like to name this segment?
Forever Eddie B. Nothing that we do is without Eddie. Everything we do is for Eddie. Long live
Forever Eddie B. Not a problem.
Yeah, Forever Eddie B. Everything we do is built off his fire. Everything that he wanted. We may not have started his clothing line yet, but we have started a business in representation of what he wanted to help others and build a legacy. So that's what we're doing.
Not a problem. I want to thank everyone that came out today, that showed love, that commented it, you know, and did everything. Thank you so much for your appreciation today. I want to thank you, Miss. Oh God, I just forgot your name that fast.
Call me Tracy Malone.
Yes, Miss Malone. I do apologize. My brain just went bloop. Thank you so much, Miss Malone, for everything today. Your story was remarkable. It definitely was unmatched. And I appreciate you blessing us with your story today. As far as wise for business, I'm looking forward to seeing great things in your future and everything. I love to be a part of the board and help what I can help and do what I can do, you know, because if we don't help each other, who else going to help us, right? Yeah. So other than that, that's my last few words. Thank you so much. Do you have anything you want to say?
No, thank you for creating the opportunity and also creating it for a Black-owned business to be able to shine, spotlight themselves, continue to do great things. Thank you for the new followers.
Not a problem.
You as you keep posting us, and as we move up the ladder, these youth are important. We just have to keep remembering that we were once them, so we want them to have a different aspect in life. And how do we create it ourselves?
Absolutely. So I want to thank you guests for coming in today. Thank you for stopping in. Our next guest will be up in about 2 weeks. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great and blessed day. Thank you again for tuning in.
Thank you, Mr. D. You have a great one.
You do the same.